Hello, my name is Jason Pitt, founder of Made in the Midlands in England. Today I'm talking about the US presidential debate. So if you're in the US, you was able to watch this at a reasonable time, but like me in the UK, you'd have had to wait until 1 a.m. So I stayed up, watched the first half an hour of the debate, and then caught up with it in the morning. And I have to say, wow, you guys have got a tough decision for sure. One thing that I've took from this is we really need to reform democracy. We need a new way of doing things. We need a new model. Somebody needs to come up with something to get a better system on the table. So I've done some research, and I want to share with you some of those things that I've researched. So I'm talking from Great Britain's point of view. So from 1707, we created our first Parliament of Great Britain. We didn't want to, but it was a way of the monarchy clinging on to power. And we created Westminster, which if you're in America, you'll have hopefully been to see sometime. Fantastic building in 1835. And really not much has changed since. So I've been to the House of Commons and the House of Lords multiple times through work. And, people talk you through the sort of history and the sort of way things are doing. It's all prim and proper. Things haven't really changed in the hundreds of years since it was built. But that is not so different to America. Obviously, American democracy perhaps came a little bit later. But if you think back to, I don't know, some of the other things that you could be doing using 1707 or 1835 technology, would any of you guys watching like to go to the dentist in 1835? Root canal filling, anybody? Tooth extraction? Anaesthetic? No, that wasn't invented until 1846. So back in the day, I think that somebody would have probably just knocked you out and unconscious, and hopefully you wouldn't have come around until the tooth had been removed or whatever. So we need a new system, and I want to talk about the pros and cons of Clinton and Trump. And I've got to say, this is a really tough one because I can't believe that these are the two most credible candidates out of a population of 330 million. It's a shocker, and it just reaffirms what I'm saying, which is democracy needs some sort of a change. So first of all, let's talk about Clinton. So Clinton hasn't really done an awful lot before politics. Yes, she was working for a law firm briefly, but she went to Yale University with Bill Clinton in the 1970s, and obviously, the president and future president. What are the odds on that? What are the odds of two people just sat outside a canteen, just happen to be the future his and her president of America? So we are favouring people based on who you know, certainly. There's no question about that. And just if I get back to a couple of comments which are being clouded with the news. So I'm just going to try and wade through the passive-aggressive stuff that's been going on in the media. So if we look at some of the WikiLeaks documents that were released. So Hillary Clinton was quoted as saying, "Can we just drone this guy?" And what she means by that is, can we assassinate Julian Assange? Now, for anybody who doesn't know Julian Assange, he's the founder of WikiLeaks, which he basically leaks secret documents on the internet and to journalists. And Julian Assange has been locked up or holed up into the Ecuadorian embassy in London for a number of years now. He can't leave because he's accused of an offence in Sweden. So what we have is a candidate who is capable of murder. And that, I think, is extremely concerning. Somebody who doesn't respect human life. That's a concern. Another concern is she sounds great on camera. She sounds great when the camera's in front of her. She says the right thing. She's got the right buzzwords. You listen to it and you think, well, it's well worded, it's well crafted, it's almost robotic. So we don't really know who Hillary Clinton is. Me, as somebody who watches these debates, reads the articles, I don't know Hillary. I don't know. I just read some of these comments. Maybe she's more of the same. She's been married to Bill. I don't really know. I don't really know what she would do. But she's considered maybe the safer of the two options. On the other hand, you've got Donald Trump, who is an eccentric. He is a womanizer, certainly, and he's somebody that has alienated large groups within America, and those things are definitely standing against him. However, what he has done in business is remarkable. Yes, he had help from his father. He built up the business from £1 million plus investment, but he has built that to over £1 billion. Now, there are plenty of people who are the sons or grandsons or family members, perhaps where the parent runs a business, and many family-owned businesses will know this, that do not have the drive that the father had, and they're not able to even replicate the success of the father. So what Donald Trump has done is proven that he can excel. He doesn't drink, which is unusual. So he's teetotal, which suggests he's got a certain level of control. I've read up on him, so obviously I realise his brother was an alcoholic, and maybe that's part of the influence of him not drinking. However, he does have these Achilles heels. So one is his weakness for beautiful women, as he calls them. Extremely crude interview that was recorded, and I have to say, I cringed at that. For a 60-year-old man to be saying that is, you have to say, I mean, yes, if you're 18, 19, 20, maybe you do talk like that, but 60, not really. And I think he was trying to impress, trying to be one of the lads. But look, you've got to just be your age, be yourself, because that just sounded, I cringed when I heard it. So what else do we know about Donald Trump? And is he a threat to national security? So he wants to build a wall in Mexico. That's clear madness. It's just too much. It's too much land. It's too big a space. We really need to find a more 21st century way of doing that, of monitoring the border. Yes, you do need to have border security, but within the modern era of GPS, there are different ways of controlling border security. And one of the things I want to talk about was the Elon Musk generation. So we are now producing the next generation of people, visionaries, people who want to send space technology to the moon, human landing on Mars. And these are the ideas that we've got to embody. And the reason we've got to do that is because the planet needs us to be thinking like that. So NASA recently released their latest press release, which is temperature in 2016 is likely to be 1.25 Celsius above pre-industrial times. Now, putting that in perspective, that is higher than the highest temperature increase in more than 115,000 years. So a lot of people think, well, humans can't change the planet, but yet plants have changed the planet's atmosphere. We breathe oxygen, which is just a byproduct of what plants don't use. And so the idea that humans can't change the environment is a little bit idiotic, if I'm honest with you. And the concern I have with Donald Trump is I'm not sure he gets the environmental impact. I don't think he understands the green agenda. I don't think I think, yes, he would be good for jobs. Yes, he would boost the economy. But what would be the long-term damage of that? Hillary Clinton certainly would not make a good president, but she may be the safer option. What I would say to you guys in America is to vote with your feet and make sure you do all vote, whoever you do decide to vote for, and make your voices heard. So if you disagree with certain aspects of what the candidates stand for, write to your local Senate or senator, or however you describe them in America. We call them MPs. And get your opinion heard, because we can't have a situation where we only have one or two people at the top deciding everything for the whole planet. We need to have a collective voice where we value not just a few but the many. And that's the one thing that did concern me about Hillary Clinton, the fact that she didn't value the human life of Julian Assange. So you can laugh that off as a joke. That is extremely serious. So with that in mind, I wish both candidates all the best for the election in 30 days' time, and good luck with making your decisions.